Hello everybody, what's up YouTube? This is DrDabston here on Casted Games, and we are covering Wham versus Vodka. This is round 1 of the MetaCiv weekend for Golden League $125,000 tournament. Wham and his brother Puppy Paw performed great on first weekend, and now they hope to follow it up with a great performance here second weekend. This is right after the new patch here for AoE 4 hit, and so we'll see if kind of there's any new meta, new changes to the build orders to what we see here. So we have Wham in the southeast side playing as the Roos, and we have Vodka in the northwest side playing as the French. So early on here, lately the new Roos build has been to go with the two villagers building the hunting cabin. You can either go 3 or 4 scouts, start accruing all that bounty that Roos focuses on early, and you send about 11 or so to food, start building the golden gate, and everyone else goes to wood. And you end up taking the boar, forward boar, and getting a good forward positioning there. So we'll see how it ends up playing out. But this tournament, we have seen this matchup go in the favor of French in quite a bit. And actually, Wham himself planned a game against DrDB where he scouted and he knew exactly what was going to happen, and he planned the exact opposite matchup and was able to take the win with French against DrDB's Roos. So we'll see if Wham can get the better of this matchup and just show that he's the better strategy player, and he planned this well and he knows what he is doing here. So we see him just bouncing across, getting all the bounty that he can, grabbing any wolf that he sees, grabbing any and all of the sheep, and as well as getting all of the deer carcass, or shooting all the deer as well. So the mark that you want to hit first with the Roos is this 250 bounty, and getting that next level of tier for your bounties, getting a faster harvest rate, and your hunting cabins generate more gold. We'll see the early wheelbarrow get dropped right off the bat when Wham had enough wood from it. And now, just as we said, he's going to be sending all the food and then just continuing to accrue that bounty, and he will age up as soon as he possibly can from gold just from killing animal carcasses. So the sheep count for 5 gold, deer count for 10, wolves 25, and the boar are a whopping 75. So 500 is the really high mark to hit. If you hit the 500 mark, you are doing very, very well for yourself. So we see another set of sheep trailing a scout for Wham. That's got another 7 trailing. He's got a wolf down here on this scout, and actually make that 7 turn into 9. So just a huge, huge food economy that's going to be nice, safe, and secure under his town center for the time being with all those sheep he's gathered. With the wolves he has trailing and the sheep he has currently, he has enough to hit that 250 bounty mark that we were talking about that he wanted to hit. And now, additionally, he is starting to get some scouting down on the side of Vodka, just attacking this house that seems a little out of place, built in the midst of nowhere. And now he will start going back over on the side of Vodka with his other scouts to see what other pain points he can put down. He did decide to go 4 scouts rather than just the 3, so that was able to accrue probably a little bit of extra bounty and pay off of itself. Also denying more sheep from the side of Vodka. One of the big things about French is they like to stay nice and safe under their economy with their own sheep game, and if they have to move out earlier, then it gives them not as good of an economy as far as their food gathering goes, and points to put pressure on with early nights that can come out from the Roos as well. But really where you'll see the Roos come is there from here. Wham will start, he's still building up that food economy, and then he'll start switching over to wood as well, potentially getting double broad axe. But actually, we see another scout coming out, so it's most likely just going to be a 6 scout early pressure play, and gonna get that professional scouts, which we have seen kind of fall off, but Wham and his brother Puppy Paw seem to be utilizing it this tournament, and they have worked it to perfection so far, and they will seem to continue to do so. So he has a huge amount on food right now, and his economy is just going to be balling out. And look at this. Remember how I said the French want to be nice and safe under their town center gathering food? Well, Now we're seeing him put pressure on these gold villagers with his scouts. He actually might have some surrounded and get some picks here. So that's a ton of damage going down. And then we will also see... Are they surrounded? He's got a surround. That's 2 villagers down with the surround. Oh my gosh. What a job by Wham. It's so much harder to do this than you think. He was able to surround 2 gold villagers, put so much damage down, and now we're going to see that full gold denial coming on the side of Wham. So Vodka was only able to get one of his early night, or one of the royal knights out in rotation compared to the more that you typically get. He has the gold to get a couple more out. He did have that extra sheep drop off, so he's going to be able to stay on sheep for a little bit longer. But just how I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Wham just snagged all of these deer carcasses away. That is the closer next safe food economy that the French want to hit, because they have a faster gathering rate than the deer, or than the sheep or the berries. So the French really do want to take these deer carcasses as well, but oh, he didn't go professional scouts. We made a wrong assumption. He just said, I'm going to put so much pressure on you with my scouts. I see he killed 2 villagers with it. I mean, that's more than enough of a recourse for the extra scouts. We could end up still seeing those professional scouts come out later, but now is what we were talking about earlier. Here comes the boar play. He's going to go right over to this boar, take some good, nice map control and positioning, and he's going to get a huge bonus of as far as food gathering goes from the boar. I just was talking about deer being faster than berries and sheep. Well, the boar is even faster than the deer. He's going to send 8 villagers on it, which is the perfect amount to build a hunting cabin and follow it up with a wooden fortress. All 8 villagers can get in the wooden fortress. That's one of the benefits to Roos's wooden fortress compared to regular towers. So the boar goes down, increases his bounty to that 760, and now we're just going to see that food economy from Wham start to bounce up, and now we probably should see some buildings being dropped just like we expected. He is going with the archery range pressure that we see so much come out of the Roos lately, and a lot of times we'll see a double broad axe to follow, because with the wooden fortress having a 20% more wood drop off, followed by a double broad axe with another 15%, it is an unbelievable amount of wood that gets dropped off from the amount of villagers that he has on wood, and it ends up paying back for itself. We end up finally seeing that professional scouts come in, and then look at that. We see the double broad axe follow right after, just how I was talking about. The way he's able to afford a lot of this is with the tickets with the Golden Gate. He can always rebalance his economy. You get 1 ticket a minute that allows you for a more beneficial trade. He also has now been able to put in a little pressure with his own knights. Oh, look at that. Great job by Wham. 3 knights came in on the raid, and he was able to not lose 1 villager. 1 got to really low health, which is pretty crazy to think about with 3 knights coming in. And you might think, hey, why is he going archers against royal knights coming out from French? Well, he can make early knights himself, and there we go with the barracks. He's dropping the barracks now to have that additional front line to stop the royal knights. And just how we mentioned, he snagged those deer carcasses away, and he's starting to pull those back to his base. He went ahead and dropped them closer on, but that's still going to be a denial of a safe food economy for French. And we see the nice, safe food economy ramping up for Wham, while as the current resources for Vodka are nice and low as far as that food goes. He's just going over here, trying to protect his scouts, running away from these royal knights. But then he's going to get these spears out that are just going to cause a nice path for these scouts to pick up those carcasses and run back. Because there's no way that Vodka wants to dive on scouts with spears on them as well, being able to protect. We see a nice wall protecting the back inside, which is just going to force these knights to funnel into certain spots. That makes it much, much easier for Wham to defend. So right now, that wall makes him focus basically on the front of the town center where he'll have perfect vision. And look at this. We see a knight raid coming in from Wham. We mentioned 3 knights came in from Vodka and wasn't able to get one villager on the side of Wham. Well, just 1 knight on the side of Wham takes out a villager for Vodka. So we're at 32 and 18 for Wam, and we are at 30 and 10 for Vodka. So Wam at the current time has a stronger military presence and a stronger economic presence. While yes, Vodka's side of military is all early knights and probably a few spearmen, the side from Wam is much more diverse, and he's still going to be able to adjust to any of the moves that Vodka is making, and he still has the main counter units for Vodka's knights that he has. We're dropping the blacksmith down on the side of Wam. He's able to just start ramping this up even harder. We see Vodka floating a little bit of res in the bank. We don't know if he's going to go up to castle or if he's looking to put some research technologies in himself. But look at that current resources for Wam, and we're going to look at income per minute. Wam is doubling on the food production, more than doubling on the wood production, and he's lacking on the gold, but he's not worried about that. This is what I was talking about, double broadaxe. These villagers are dropping off 18 wood rather than 10 with each trip. It is just a huge bonus for the Roos, and he is able to support even more archery ranges if he wants to just get that huge archer ball with that front of spearmen. Over here in this main force of Wam's army that he's deciding to push up with, it's 8 spears and 11 archers, and he has more to back it up. Look at this. We see the 7 knights. So these 7 knights would get demolished by the front line and the archers coming in. We see another raid coming in by Wam, and we did see a dead body on the ground there. So again, Wam with this one knight has been able to get multiple vills, multiple pressure, and put damage down. We finally see it go down, but Wam was able to take out multiple villagers while losing none on the side of his with multiple knight raids coming in from Vodka. We're going to monitor what other we would expect siege engineering coming out, and that is exactly what Wam has gotten. He has that strong infantry presence now to take down the side of Vodka. We see the first fight go down, and actually it's not great. The spearmen from Wam are going to end up getting wiped, but he had a huge mass sitting at home that he is now following up with, and he has more production, just non-stop production. He's got 5 more spearmen, 2 archers in production, and more reinforcements coming in. The archers of Vodka were a little slow to get there, so the spears were probably able to get a couple more attacks off onto these knights, get a couple more picks, and starting to thin this knight herd just a little bit. And this is really when you're going to start seeing Wam's army, once they're able to pick a couple of those knights, Vodka's going to have trouble making as much of the military units as Wam has. Look at the amount of military production Wam has behind this, and he's dropping more because his economy is so much stronger. Income per minute, he is tripling on the wood department. He's still beating on the food department, and he's lacking in the gold, but he's not making gold. None of his units require gold. So he's dropping in more deer for nice, safe food economy. You already see other deer carcasses sitting under his town center that aren't being harvested. He only has 8 on food, and he is he's now dropped below Vodka with only 8 on food because that boar finally ran out. That's what happened. So now these villagers are running back. They're going to switch onto these deer carcasses at home. And I also wouldn't be too surprised if we saw Wam try to go for that other boar if it has not been taken down. I think my map did that glitch when I swap players that it kind of gets laggy sometimes. We now see that huge archer ball come out on the side of Wam as well as a spear front line. We have 15 spearmen and 20 archers coming out, and there is no way that Vodka would be able to support that much production coming out from his side. He does have a nice front line of 9 of those Royal Knights, which is a very scary mass to have, but the spears are the perfect counter unit, and there's no way that the amount of spears Wam has would be sniped down by the amount of archers coming out from the side of Vodka. Vodka's too late over here to this wooden fortress. Wam has already fully harvested this boar and has already pulled his vills away. So this is really doing nothing except for taking a little bit of this vision away from the wooden fortress, which is the last thing that Wam's really worrying about. And look at this. Wam just struck gold, literally, figuratively, whatever you want to call it. He found a full patch of deer that was untouched. I don't know if Vodka just had some oversight here and decided not to do it, but he's able to steal these deer away from Vodka, and he's able to get that bounty for extra extra kills on this. So now if he takes that next boar, he would be able to jump his bounty up to that 500 range once he takes down these next 2 deer. We'll see if he decides to do so. We see another couple horsemen, a knight coming back around. Probably just going to put a little bit of pressure on the economy of Vodka, see if he can get another couple more picks. And look at what he finds. He finds that berry bush, just how we talked about. We knew that Vodka would have to be on other food sources. The front deer patch was already taken by Wam. Deer patch. The front deer carcasses were already taken by Wam, so he knew he had to be getting his food somewhere. And where else was it other than if he had built farms, which there was no way he was able to make the production he was. And so that's where Wam found gold on a berry patch now. He was able to just, you see the dead bodies trail all the way back to that berry patch. And this is when Wam, I think, is going to castle up behind this. And right when that castle age is going to come, that's when we know Vodka's just probably going to say, good game. There is a huge mass here, 28 archers and 19 spearmen. We just heard the noise come down for Wam that he is able to age up. He went ahead and dropped the Abbey of Trinity, and we know that getting this early on can secure even more of an economy, getting those relics early, securing sacred sites, and getting map control. This is exactly what Wam has done here. He's been able to put so much pressure down while negate all the pressure that's expected from from Royal Knights coming out from French. I'm surprised he hasn't decided to put more pressure with the big mass that he has, but he's just saying, I know I'm ahead. I have more economy than you, and I have more military than you. I'm just going to play this safe, and look at that. Right when Castle drops, the forfeit comes out from the side of Vodka because he knows it is GG. What a game. Good game from the side of Wam. If you're watching this on Twitch, appreciate everyone checking in. If you're watching this on YouTube, throw a subscribe or click the little thumbs up button. Comment on what you're thinking, or tell me if there were any other games that are worth watching or catching up on as well. Appreciate everyone, and catch y'all next time.